comes up for veterans or also active duty, especially. We'll go to the head of the line. Why are you upset with Obama? Or maybe you love him. Maybe you're the 10, 15% that think everything's really great. But the big issue I'm going with here, my angle is the military is not upset overall with the red herring of gays in the military or women in frontline combat. That's just meant to demoralize and cause infighting. That is an issue, but smaller compared to funding al-Qaeda and ISIS, opening the borders, training the military for domestic operations against the American people, which the ISIS attacks will be used to roll out. Then it will be flipped onto the Patriots. You've already seen that happen. I predicted that 15 years ago. You've now seen that happen to a certain extent. You will see the full rollout. The full rollout. In fact, it could be before Obama leaves office. This republic has never been in more peril. Speaking of al-Qaeda, ISIS releases, we're going to show some of this footage, so viewer discretion is advised if you're watching us on the video feeds at Infowars.com/show. ISIS releases new footage claiming to show a child executing 2 Russian spies. Yeah, there's no greater enemy of ISIS than Russia, who's been battling them in Syria. Not lionizing Russia, just they're battling al-Qaeda and ISIS, and we're giving them weapons and support so their people can then come attack us as well. Lack of evidence of injuries shown in the video suggests the execution may be staged. And, I mean, we see this over and over again. People just don't think this stuff's real. And it's certainly true that al-Qaeda, and notice that symbol looks like the al-Qaeda symbol. That's because it is the al-Qaeda symbol. And the footage does kind of look fake to me. Footage is up on Infowars.com. The footage shows a boy, looks like he's about 11, and an ISIS soldier standing behind 2 kneeling spies who do look Russian, after which the boy allegedly shoots the gray-clad men in the back of their heads. However, lack of visible injuries on the men and evidence of blood after the killing suggests the executions may be staged for the cameras. Let's get Joe Biggs to do a special report on this for the Nightly News. Get his expert take on that. So they've released the footage claiming to show this. What do you think? You can call us about that as well, 800-259-9231. Speaking of Russia, it's now admitted in the mainstream news, even in Bloomberg today, that dropping oil prices by the OPEC cartel is meant to bankrupt Russia and bankrupt U.S. small-time oil producers. So there you go. The globalists are attacking anybody who wants to independently deploy oil and gas. Not lionizing small oil companies. A lot of them do bad fracking and things. Still, it doesn't matter. Saudi Arabia running OPEC is calling the shots. Obama's doing what they say, and they are cutting oil prices to bankrupt exploration by Syria, by Israel, by Central and South American countries, by Caribbean countries, by California, by Oklahoma, by Arkansas, by Texas, by South and North Dakota, by Illinois, Canada, Russia, Poland, Ukraine. This is going to kill oil and gas production all over the world, because they're lowering it so artificially low. It was doubly high, should have been cut. Now they're just going to the other extreme. And when they're done in a few years, oh, $10 a gallon if they have their way. So just get ready. So enjoy bankrupting Russia now. There's this primitive idea out there that bankrupting some country helps us. No, it doesn't. We need partners to trade with and to be in business with. And in things like other forms of entertainment commerce and travel, people that are engaged in tourism. And all of that is drying up under globalism, which promised this cornucopia of commerce. But globalism is designed to end commerce in the general public's hands or in free states' hands and to consolidate it. Russia to boost military capabilities in Crimea and in the Arctic. We're in a new Cold War, says RT. So that's basically the mouth of Sauron, the mouth of Russia, saying that we are now in a new Cold War. Now the U.S. vows to cut off North Korea from the international financial system. That's one criminal group vowing to cut off another criminal group. That's just some of the news we've got on that front. But I want to talk to active duty military or vets who have friends and family that are active duty. Am I wrong in saying that it's a red herring? They don't want it to be in the news that the military knows Obama's a traitor who's training for gun confiscation and treason and who's turned our military over to UN NATO control and who has become a dictator for all intents and purposes. That's why the military is upset. In the new polls out with Military Times showing only 15% approve of El Jefe. Let's go to Steve, who is former Army and retired Border Patrol Customs agent, to give us his take, because I have a lot of people that are vets. Brian's a vet, Howard's a vet, Matt's a vet. Sometimes I'll get 10, 15 calls in a row that are active duty without asking for it. And then when I ask for active duty, I can't get it. So it's fine. You don't have to be active duty to call in, but that's who got polled here. Vets are good because they're still in that community. I just want to get your take on this, but I'd really like to hear from active duty if you can get in on the line, 800-259-9231. Let's go ahead and go to Steve in Georgia. What's your take on this? Am I wrong?
Hey, Alex, first-time caller here from North Georgia. Retired U.S. Customs agent and former Army. I love the show. Obama, I saw your program with the Egyptian former military, former
Colonel
intelligence person, 1993 bombing. And toward the end of that interview was something that he touched on that was very crucial in my opinion. I think that the U.S. intelligence people and people in Congress should go ahead and investigate Obama for his connections with the Muslim Brotherhood. I mean, it's all over in black and white what he's done to support that organization. And
oh yeah, they even had CNN and MSNBC 3 years ago when they turned that country over to him, cheering the Muslim Brotherhood on as they threw basically liberal or that is not Orthodox Muslims off of buildings and crucified Christians. I mean, that's how sick the so-called left is. These people aren't the left. They're just crazy nuts.
I agree, and it's my opinion that some way Obama is part of the Muslim. There's got to be a reason that he supports that group, and I wish you'd dig into it a little bit more.
No, I hear you. WorldNet Daily's been on the cutting edge of that. It's documented. It's come out in Egyptian court that Obama, through his cousins and half-brother, through Kenya, has been financing a Pan-African Muslim takeover, radical Muslim takeover, and is directly fencing money in by the millions, tens of millions a month, into Egypt, because Kenya is right below Egypt, to try to destabilize the entire region. It's so bold, it's beyond a Tom Clancy novel. Think about it. Our president, on the side, is trying to put an extremist caliphate in to areas of Africa and the Middle East. I mean, that is bold. He literally destabilized and ordered the army of Egypt to arrest Hosni Mubarak and then to let the Muslim Brotherhood take over. Google helped organize the overthrow of the government with Facebook. I mean, this is they brag about all this. To then engage in a reign of terror against Christians, I mean, these people are radical, dangerous revolutionaries. God bless you. I can't believe I'm even saying all this on air. I'm supposedly the conspiracy theorist, and I cannot believe this is in mainstream Egyptian newspapers. This has come out in court, and it's been confirmed that Obama is directly connected to the people that attacked the shopping mall in Kenya. I mean, I remember when Odinga didn't win, and on Obama's letterhead, we got to get Dr. Corsi on as soon as possible, do a whole special on this, because he has copies of the letters. He went to Kenya, but he got copies of the senator's letters when Obama was senator, advising Odinga on how to stir up riots when he didn't get elected president of Kenya, to then make him a new position. They created a prime ministership just for the Muslims. They're trying to repeat what's happened in Sudan, breaking the country in two. I mean, Obama is not a liberal. He's a hardcore conqueror. He's a hardcore mafia gang boss who's taken over. And now they're ready to prosecute Petraeus for having a girlfriend while they ship guns into Mexico to destabilize the whole Southwest. I mean, do you understand how bold these people are? It is not fun to go up against them. I mean, look, I don't want to get killed or put in a federal prison for no reason, but somebody's got to stand up against these people. I mean, they really are so criminal that I can't even believe it. I mean, the elite are in control of America. The elite are in control of the nuclear weapons. The elite are in control of the Federal Reserve. They're in control